If you have a question, please type it in the chat. My motto is there's no such thing as a dumb question. Don't feel, you know, like, oh man, I shouldn't ask that. Come today to get yours, especially if you're really trying to learn this skill. This is so easy that my 4-year-old daughter does it. So I implore you guys, please get what you came to get today. You know, I'm not a morning person at all. So for y'all to be on this call early, maybe this is not early for y'all, but it's early for me. But so get what you came to get. I don't care what question it is. I don't care if it's what's support, what's resistance, whatever the case. Get what's yours, because this is your legacy. This is your financial DNA. This is your brokerage account. This is all of that. So please, I implore you, ask questions. So what I'm gonna ask Coach K to do to stop his share, so I can share my screen with you guys, and I'm gonna break this thing down, and we're gonna dissect this baby. And my prayer is when everybody gets off this call, everybody has a stronger knowledge of this strategy that we've been using and we've been teaching. So Coach K, if you will stop your share, please, sir. And I think you already did, which is cool. All right. Okay, that's not it. I don't need to share that. Let's try this again. Share. Okay. Can y'all see my chart? Can y'all give me some ones in the chat, and I'll have Coach K monitor the chat for me?
Yeah, we can see you, Jason.
Okay. If I can make this a little bit bigger.
I'm just kidding.
All right. How's that look? Does that look good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Guys, if you can see the chart, give me some ones in the chat. That's the only way we got to know that everybody's good. It's important that you are getting what you need out of this particular training. So if you can see the charts, give me some ones. Right. All right, Jason, you can go ahead and.
All right. Yeah, so if you can monitor that chat for me, that'll be wonderful, Pops.
All right.
And, okay, so let's get it. Let's make magic happen, right? Okay, so
hold on, Jason. We can't see anything.
Y'all can't see.
We still see the rules. No, we just see the rules.
Y'all still see the rules.
Oh, well, hold on, Jason. I mean, my let's go here.
Are you still sharing your screen?
No, mine's gone. Here, hold on a second.
Because I'm sharing mine, and yeah.
Let me just make sure.
Or I can do. Here, let me try something else. So I'm clicking Safari to share my desktop 2, desktop 1. I don't need to see that.
Corey said you have to switch users.
Okay.
Jason, you're the host right now, right? You should.
I see a BMW with some.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on, sir. All right, give us a second, guys, here. It says that I am no longer sharing here. Hold on a second, Jason.
Right. Click on Jason's name from view options.
What about
maybe I need to.
You see it now?
I think we all need to do that. Okay.
So
everybody should go to view options and then click Jason's name, because now I can see his chart.
Okay. So everybody can see. Where's my? Give me some ones, guys, if you can see Jason's chart. I lost my chat feed here. Hold on a second, Jason. We're gonna get it going. I got 3 screens here. That's part of the issue right there. I got all these screens up, so. So I can see your screen, and so everybody, it says you're viewing Jason's screen, so everybody should be able to see it now.
If you're on your phone, look to see where view options may be, because I'm on my computer, so find view options. There's a drop-down box, a drop-down screen, and then under shared screen, click Jason's name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your help with that.
I wonder, should I stop the share and then just do it one more time?
Here, Jason, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make you the host. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Make me the co-host. Let's see what it does.
No, you got full control of your home set.
All right.
You 100% now.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna just stop my share real quick, and then I'm gonna do a new share.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And your card just popped up again. Let's see. They see a car still? They see a, oh, okay, they see it. They see it. Okay, good. All right. All right, so, all right, cool. So everybody sees it. Okay, so sorry about that technical difficulty. Let's get this party started. Okay, so Coach K did give y'all guys the steps. I do also ask you guys to take notes, white paper, blue ink, because you'll remember it better. Thank me later for that. So a couple things in addition. I know people, especially us, we like to put our twists and stuff, and we like to add extra soul and extra swag to our stuff. It's really nothing to add, but there are some things in addition to your trading that I do want you guys to understand. I always tell every trader, like I've worked with Mahogany, I worked with James, I worked with some other people on this line. Understanding support and resistance is so crucial. I see Marsha saying she needs rules one and two again.
Yes, we're checking rules 1 and 2.
We'll go back. I'm gonna go over the rules, but we'll go back and pull that PowerPoint up so you can get it. My rules, and this is gonna make you a more effective trader with this strategy, especially. My rule. Y'all hear it all the time. Y'all hear people say it that, that know microeconomics and they think they know microeconomics. Buy low, sell high. I want y'all to write that down, and I want y'all to have that mindset. Buy low, sell high. Now, why do people lose trades? Because one, they buy up here and they sell down here, right? You buy low, look at this, y'all can see my mouse, and you sell high every time. Buy low, sell high. I want everybody to have that mindset. I want y'all to say it to yourself. I don't want you to unmute, but just say buy low, sell high. If you can remember to buy low and sell high, your chances of your trading efficiency is going to increase, right? Another thing is understanding support and resistance. If you can understand support and resistance with a few little sprinkles or a dash of sugar and salt, you'll be an effective trader. You have to understand support and resistance. So we're looking at AUD USD on the hour. Those moving averages that my dad's talking about, since I don't know how new or how seasoned that some of the traders are. But the chart that I'm using right now is tradingview.com. Some people like to trade from their MetaTrader, and that's fine. I personally trade from tradingview.com. They allow you to use free charts. All you have to do is just sign up for it. So if you guys are on tradingview.com, I'm going to show you how to add these indicators. I have them added right now, but I'm going to just basically walk you through the steps on how to add those indicators first. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because that's not the concept I want you guys to get. I want you to get the overall strategy itself. So to add indicators, you simply just go to indicators right here. You click this, and you could type in moving average, basically. You type in moving average, and here's your moving average right here, right? You're just gonna add a simple moving average, which is this guy right here. I personally like smooth moving average. You guys can play with any one of those, but a simple moving average and then a moving average exponential. You'll click this and you'll click this. You'll click the second one and click the first one, or click the first one, click the second one. Once you do that, you're gonna see these pop up right here. Now, you see this little pinwheel right here. What you do, you're gonna click this and you're gonna get some options, style and inputs. You can click those two right there. On your inputs, you want on your simple moving average, you want it to be a length of 4. On your simple moving average, you want it to be a length of 4. Okay? So once you have that length of 4, you hit OK. Same thing with your exponential moving average. You're going to click this where it says format, and you're going to click this pinwheel here on your inputs and your style, remember? And I'll go over style too. You want a length on your exponential moving average of a 50. So you change that to a 50. On your styles as well, if you click this here, you can change the colors. You can make it whatever color you want. This is to make it small or make it big. I have mine a little bit bigger. You can do all of those things right there, right? And once you're done with that, you'll hit OK, right? And it gives you these right here. Gives you fresh crosses, gives you all of these things right here to follow, right? Now, is everybody good on that? Everybody good on adding indicators? Let me just get some ones so we can get right into it. Okay, I see ones. Okay, everybody's good. Sandra, Sherry, Galaxy Tab, Darlene, Craig, Toy. Cool. Okay, so the first step of this strategy is, let me remove these lines for you guys real quick. Okay, the first step of this strategy is identifying a structure, right? What is a structure? That's what you guys are asking. What is a structure? That's a good question. Basically, you're going to look for a bullish candle and a bearish candle, right? So you have right here, you have a bullish engulfing candle and you have a bearish engulfing candle that formed right here, a perfect structure, right? It formed a perfect structure. That's step number one. This is what you're looking for right here. Some people call them railroad tracks. Some people call them structures. People call them a lot of things, but this is just basically what you're looking for: a bullish candle and a bearish candle right here, right? Simple and plain. Step number one. This is what you're looking for. I have a lot of, and I'll get to that later before I make my next point. I'm gonna remove this. And I always say, my rule, anybody that's ever trained with me, I always tell them to look to the left, right? Write that rule down as well. You could do that as a 1A. Look to the left. Jason, what do you mean by look to the left? What I mean by look to the left is this. Charts have memory. Charts have memory. So what I mean by charts have memory is this. The same area that created support and resistance in 2018, that's the same area that created support and resistance in 2008. That's the same area that created support and resistance in 1998. And however long trading has been going on, the charts have memory, guys. So the same move that was made back in 2000, that's the same move that's going to be made in 2018. That's the same move that's going to be made in 2028. And for years on. The charts have memory. Everybody good with that? So look to the left. So I created a structure right here. Let's prove my theory. Let me make this smaller. I'm not gonna go too far back, but I'm gonna show you guys. Look, right here, structure right here, false breakout, went down to the downside. And if I kept scrolling to the left, you will see the same thing every time. Same thing every time. Is it years with the same ending? I think that's the question that Marsha was asking. I'm sorry. Marsha, for 96%, yes, it is. It pretty much has the same effect every time. I'll give you a great example right here. Like, look right here. This area right here. Here is a sell. Here, test it, it was a sell. Here, test it, it was a sell. Here, got close, it was a sell. So pretty much the same thing in these areas every time. Every time, right? So that's a good teacup right there. So I just wanted to show you that, guys. When you put a line right here, like this, I don't want that line. Like this line right here, I'm gonna use this one. When you put a line right here, that shows you. I'm gonna circle it right here so y'all can see it. Right here, right here, right here, right here. What happened every time? Look what happened every time. Came up here, tested this level of resistance, failed. Tested this level of resistance, failed. Tested this level of resistance, failed. Tested this level of resistance and failed, right? So pretty much the same thing is going to happen every time. The only time it's not going to happen is when they're creating new highs. It's creating new highs for that zone, right? So look to the left, support and resistance, buy low, sell high. Okay, so let's get to these rules. And I'll just use a perfect one. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but where did it go? Where did my line go? Well, I'm not gonna waste y'all's time with that. I'll find it. We'll just use this one for an example. Yeah, I'll use this one because it made a good teacup right here. So here, you have a bullish candle and a bearish candle. Rule number one, you sit your line right there, right? So rule number two, it has to form a lower low. Jason, what is a lower low? Basically, you just have to get a candle or a price candle that forms lower than this. Let me circle this one. Lower than this current candle, right? Oh, shoot. Let me erase this. Put my line back right here. And I'll circle this candle right here. You just got to get a candle to form lower than this one. That's basically what that means right there. That's all you have to do. You just have to get a candle to form lower than this candle right here, right? So once we see this level right here, so we got a bit of a structure right here. We got a lower low. Now we got a confirmation of a strong level of resistance. This falls, forms a teacup. Now, why do we call them teacups? Because these teacups make U-shaped patterns, and I'm trying to draw this the best I can, right? They make these U-shaped patterns in the forms of teacups. That's why they call it teacups. So these U-shaped patterns. And by the way, this strategy is nothing but sell limits. This strategy right here is nothing but sell limits. You won't be doing any buys on this strategy, okay? It's nothing but sells. So step one, we got our bullish candle and our bearish candle. Step two, we got our lower low. We looked to the left and we saw that this area was tested every time. So what we're doing, third step, we're waiting for this to come back around, right? In which it did. We're placing a sell limit at 0.71478, right? So it comes around, activates our trade, and it falls every time. This happens every time. Right there, That's in an hour. That's a 30 pip move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 in 5 hours. You got 30 pips in 5 hours. My goal is only 20 pips a day. So even with this right here in 30 pips in 5 hours, I'm done. You set pending orders. Every time I see Marsha saying that, you set pending orders. Now I'm gonna dissect this baby a little bit more. I'm gonna pause and make sure no one has any questions. So in review, step 1, bullish candle, bearish candle. Step 2, lower low. Candle has to form lower than this candle right here. Comes back around to test the resistance. Sell limit. You place your order. How do I get my order? Look at your numbers right here where you place your line. 0.71478. Place your order. The bullish candle activated. Next candle, no drawdown, pure profit. Right there. 30 pips in 5 hours. Right? All right. So, any questions?
Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and put them in the chat before we go further. If you're good, go ahead and give me some ones. We just want to make sure that everybody is getting this. That's the whole idea of this training, is to make sure everybody's understanding. So I got 1. Let me see some more. There are the ones coming through. There they are. There they are. So Jason, everybody seemed to. I got one person said, "Would you review one more time?" Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not a problem. So will you do the review one more time, Jason?
Sure. And I'm gonna say everything because Shakira said repeat.
Repeat, please.
All right, and then
confirmation after the U.S. form set pending order.
And yeah, then correct. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of questions coming through. So, okay.
And we'll post the for the ones that's asking for the steps. We can post that in the global trading group. We'll put the actual teacup rules as well as the steps inside of the group. All right. So I think that was a lot of questions for that.
Okay.
And so the other question, Jason, are you saying to place the order after the cup? And so I guess we need to explain the timing of the actual when to put in the actual sell limit. You know, the sell limit goes in before the actual cup U is formed. So if you'll stress that piece.
Right. So before I go over the steps again, I'm going to address that question. So typically, I'm gonna give y'all my practice. I think it's better if I give y'all my practice, right? So typically, when I see a bullish and a bearish candle, and I see a lower low form, typically by this candle or this candle, I'm putting my sell limit in because I know I got this bearish engulfing candle right here. And I know it's going to fall and it's going to come back up and touch it. So typically after I see rule 1 and rule 2 confirmed, I'll go ahead and place my sell limit right here. Right? I mean, and because typically you don't get movements where it'll go here and then it'll come back. I mean, even if it goes here and comes back here, it's not going to keep shooting back up. You typically get this go around right here. So I typically place my sell limit right after I get rule 1 and rule 2 to confirm, which rule 1 is bullish and bearish candle, structure form, lower low, and rule number 2 is lower low, a candle form below lower than this candle right here. And I typically place my sell limit and I just wait here and it comes back around and it hits.
In addition to that, Jason, we also, as relates to stop losses and your take profit, that's a question. I would say when you're looking at the chart, Jason is looking at a 1 hour chart right now. On the 1 hour, typically according to Lisaldo, that you're looking to do 20 to 25 pips on 1 hour. On a 4 hour chart, you're looking to do at least 50, and on a day chart, 75 pips. And so typically, I know that I do the 1 hour typically because I want to get my 20 pips and I'm out. So if you get, and then the stop loss is going to be 30 pips above your actual resistance line. And so Jason, if you can help with that, explain the take profit and the stop loss.
Yeah, so I'm on an hour chart right now. So you want to have a good risk to reward ratio, right? You want to have like a 1-to-1, right? So even here, I mean, 30 pips. I mean, really, I mean, it's pretty sizable, pretty sizable here. You set your stop loss up here. Let's look to the left. I know it's got to be a structure or something over here. And this area hasn't even been traded on in a very long time. Okay, there he is. There's the structure right there. Came up, gave you a false breakout, and failed, right? So this is where our stop loss is. We set it way up here. And as y'all can see, all of the scrolling I had to do, this area hasn't been traded on or printed on in quite some time. So even there, it tested it and failed. And this is a structure, had a lower candle form, consolidated, came back up, rejected the price here and failed, right? So, and that's the one we drew right there. So setting a stop loss way up here for 30 pips, and then it tested it here, and you got your 31 pips here, 32 pips. So risk to reward ratio, guys, 1-and-1, right? Sell limit, stop loss, take profit, right? So a lot of people ask me, so Jason, your goal is 30 pips a day. Do you continue to let trades run? And I think Coach K just popped that question in there. This is kind of like off topic, but it's still on topic. The trend is your friend until it ends. I want y'all to write that down, because I see a lot of people saying, please repeat the steps, please do this, please do that. Take notes. Remember, note takers are money makers. Rich people take notes and broke people forget what they should have wrote, right? No pun intended, no disrespect to nobody. We just need that new mindset for us to get this new money, right? So our kids can have old money. So, Coach K,
yeah,
Coach Brian King. So here, what I would do, and this is what I always do. So right here, I've already hit my goal for the day, right? On this candle right here, I had 20 pips. So I'm locking in this 20 pips right here. So once so this candle closed at this wick right here, basically at 20, let's just say almost 28 pips, right? So I've already locked in my 20 pips. So no matter if this trade retraces, no matter if that trade pulls back, whatever the case may be, my 20 pips are locked in. So whatever your goal is, like I said, my goal is 20 pips a day. I don't know what your goal is. You guys have to set personal goals for yourself, right? But too many times I see people where their trades get in profit, 30 pips, and then they haven't moved up. They haven't set a stop loss, so I call it a stop profit, because I don't believe in losing. I believe in either learning or winning. That's it. So you'll be up 30 pips in a trade, but you haven't secured any of this profit right here, right? If you're up 30 pips in a trade, at least secure 15 to 20 of those pips, because no matter what this trade does, it's already a profitable trade. And before I go back to the steps, I gotta put this on your mind, guys. How many trades would you truly lose if you secured your profit every time that trade went into profit? Now, I'm not talking about it. You put in a trade for $1 and it goes up $1 and you secure trade and you secure that $1. I'm talking about the trade going. We're using dollar lot sizes, and that trade goes up $15 and you secure $5. That trade goes up $25 and you secure $10. That trade goes up $50 and you secure $30. That trade goes up $100 and you secure $60. Secure your trades. I don't care if it's 20 pips, 30 pips, whatever the case may be. guys, all 54 of you on this line, including myself, would be more profitable traders. Every time that trade went up 10 pips, you secure 5. Every time that trade goes up 20 pips, you secure 10. Every time that trade goes up 40 pips, you secure 20. Secure the bag. It's bag season, guys.
And Jason, real quickly, on that, the secure, talk to me how you secure. I got a question. How you actually secure those trades, you know, by moving your stop loss, if you can explain that.
So it's those are real good questions, guys. I appreciate these questions. I love the interaction. So you should every person on the MetaTrader 4 platform. So that's kind of what I'm gonna get into, because it's two different ways, because some people trade on their computers, some people trade on their phones. So it's two different ways you can do it. If you trade on your computers, you just set a trailing stop. I'm not sure. I have not seen on a phone yet where you can set a trailing stop. I don't know if you can't. You still can't. Okay, so for those who trade on their computers, their laptops, whatever the case may be, set a trailing stop. So if you got a 5 pip trailing stop, I think that's typically people do a 5 pip, 10 pip trailing stop. How do you set a trailing stop? If you're trading on your computer, they have the option where it says trailing stop on there that you can choose. I trade on I chart on my computer and trade on my phone. So I don't have my MetaTrader charts up to pull that up. Maybe Miranda can set that up, or Coach Love can set that up, where I can show you guys how to do that on another day. But on your computer, they have an option. Once you place a trade, it says trailing stop, and you can select, excuse me, how many pips that you want it to trail. How many pips you want it to trail by. You could trail it by 5 pips, 10 pips, 3 pips, how many ever pips you want to do. Now, for the people that trade on their phone, you manually do it. So let me see if I want to break this down as easy as possible. So let's see. Our trade activated. Let's see. We're going to do it like this. So say we placed our sell limit at 0.71491, right? And let's say this trade right here went up. We'll use this right here. 25 pips, right? So currently this trade is at 0.71229, right? So you should be on your stop loss, you should be moving that up around 0.71300. Does that make sense? So price is currently at 0.71229. Y'all see me moving it? Right here. This is where it wicked to, 0.71229. Y'all see that? Okay. So you should be moving up your stop loss to 0.71300. Let's go further. Right here, let's just say on this candle, it moved to 0.71217. Well, you should be moving your stop loss up to 0.71275 or 0.71250. It moved down again. Did that wick? No, it moved right here. It moved here to 0.71175. Okay, we'll move your trade up to 0.71250. Right? So you're securing the bag every time, right? I know we have that set it and forget it model where we tell people just to let trades run. But if you're not using longer time frames, and I do typically, but if you're trading on an hour chart, 30-minute chart, even a 4-hour chart, in a sense, you want to constantly secure that profit. You know, we don't want you checking your phone every 30 minutes and getting in trouble on work because you ain't supposed to have your phone on the floor and all that. But that was a horrible joke. Y'all didn't have to laugh. I used to get in trouble for my phone on the floor all the time. As a matter of fact, I quit my job because they told me I couldn't have my phone on the floor. I'll pay that bill. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, we're not telling you to constantly watch your phone and constantly watch your phone. But what I'm just saying is, when you secure, when that trade goes into profit, secure some of that profit. Secure some of that profit. And I'm going to stop because I know it's like a lot of questions.
Yeah, we got some questions here. I'm answering some of the ones I can. Is this the one question is from Ms. Morris? What charts are best to trade teacups? It's a good question.
Any chart.
Any chart whatsoever, it doesn't matter.
Any chart, any pair, any time frame. But what I'm going to tell you guys is this. I'm going to tell you two things. If you're paying that 160 a month, let the 160 do the work for you. I'm going to tell you that. So that IMLGoldCup.com, eventually you want to become independent. Eventually everybody wants to become independent, right? But you're paying $160 a month. Let that $160 a month work for you. The product itself does the work for you. So I don't expect anybody to get on charts and say, man, I got to find me a teacup. Oh, Lord Jesus. Lord, in the name of Jesus, let me find a teacup. I don't want anybody on this line to do that. I need y'all to know that God has already answered your prayers because they have algorithms and robots that does the work for you, right? Just look for the teacups that the product or the program gives you. Now, the company's job, our Marcus Live's job, is to show you where the teacups is. Our job is to just decide whether that's a good trade to take or not. That's it. That's it. You guys are spending your money, spending your hard-earned money on the product. Use the product. Don't make trading harder than what it has to be. If the robot says, hey, we got a teacup forming on Euro USD on the 1 hour, you just go on there and confirm it. It's still a robot. I'm not saying that it says Euro USD 4 hour. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just go in and jump on that. No, that's not your job. Your job only is to confirm those steps and feel confident about that trade. If you feel good about the trade that the product called, you take that trade. That's it. That's it. All right. Let's hit all those questions, Dad, because I don't want to.
Well, yeah, a couple of them I've been answering privately, but one of the questions that Marsha asked was, and I responded to it, but one of the questions that was asked was, go back here. How do you know the bull and bear candle was going to make a teacup and not the other ones that we saw that failed? So in other words, the way I interpret that question is that, how do you really know that the teacup is going to form? In other words.
And the thing about it is, that's a good question. That's a real good question. And the thing about it is you don't know if a teacup is going to form. But the thing about it is that kind of goes back to what I was saying. You let the product do the work for you, right? And two, if it doesn't form, then good. We're not in that trade. No money lost. We're waiting on the perfect setup, right?
Jason, that's good. That's a good note for people that are participating in this particular training, is that when you set the sell limit, that's the beauty of it. If it doesn't hit your sell limit, there's no foul. No money lost because it never activated your trade. And say that it goes a different direction, or even if it do a face breakout, or there's news and it hits your stop loss, you have complete 100% control of how much money that you could potentially lose on a particular trade anyway. Lisaldo says 30 pips on the stop loss. You can certainly manage that. So you know what? I only want to set a 20 pip stop loss. You're in control of that. But the question about, it's all about identifying and going back, looking to the left. And when you have a area of resistance, is that a strong resistance, as we've seen in this particular chart? As Jason has gone back to the left, you see it test that area and it falls. It tests that area and it falls. It did that at least 4 times on the demonstration of this particular chart. So that's one of the ways that you can kind of have confidence when you're going to participate in a particular trade, because the psychology of trading certainly is about having confidence. And this particular strategy is definitely going to boost your confidence, because we can show you time after time, time after time, time after time, going back in history, looking at these U patterns when it hits, that it does absolutely what it's supposed to do based on algorithms and based on historical data. And that's all trading is about. And so anyway, thanks for that question. Keep the questions coming. The trading stop question, I did put a small video in the global trading to show you how to actually do trading stops. And Marsha as well, no, Galaxy 8 actually provided the actual steps, and I put that in the global trading group of how to actually do a trailing stop. And I know there's not a lot of teaching on trading stops, but it is absolutely something wonderful if you're trading off a computer. You cannot do trailing stops from your phone, but it's a wonderful thing if you trade off of a laptop or some other MT4 device that's not a mobile phone. So I think that's all the questions. If we're good on questions, let me see some ones. I think Justin Robertson says, can you look at IML teacup setup?
So Justin, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do that. I'm still, I'm gonna be 100% transparent. I'm still just learning. Like, I think this is what you're asking me. I'm still learning, like, you know, what the purple teacup means, what the gold teacup means, and all of that stuff like that. Once, and it wouldn't be fair for me to get on here and try to teach you guys to that platform when I don't have a good understanding of it to myself, myself. So I'm still practicing that. I just know how to do the strategy itself. So once I have a full understanding of it, I'll come back and I'll teach to the IML teacup and the platform and everything. I want to be 100% fair to you guys, and I don't think that'd be fair to me to try to wing something. You know what I mean? If I get on something, I want to know what I'm talking about. Basically. All right. Is that all the questions?
That's all so far. If guys, if you're doing good, let me see some. Let me get some fives in the chat this time. If you guys are tracking with us, let me see some fives. We got a lot of fives coming through, Jason. Yep. Five. Love it. So we're doing really, really well. So, so you can continue on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna excuse me. So I'm gonna go through the steps again. I'm gonna go through the steps again.
And for those that are still asking about the trading stops, I'm going to provide that video. I will post that video. You know, sometime after the training, you will have it. You know, here shortly after the training, so you'll be able to look at that. And that's certainly something that will help you in your securing your profits.
Yeah. So, and here's one right here. It's kind of funky. I didn't really want to do it, but I can because it still shows, you know, the overall steps itself. So another key, guys, and I really want you to write this down. Another key to these teacup strategies are two things: your double tops. Jason, what's a double top? A double top is basically when you have a bullish and a bearish and a bullish and a bearish. So a double top and a doji candle. That gives those two things right there, guys, give great confirmation that price is about to fall. That's your, once again, those are double tops. Basically, this is where you get two of these, where I circled right here, and then you get a doji candle, which we got right here, right? Those are two great confirmations, guys. So those are, in addition to the steps, those are two things that I would look for that that confirms teacups as well. So
before you go further, Coach Brian asked a question. I responded to his question, but the moving averages, the 4 and you know, we got those on the charts, and can you just briefly show them how the EMAs, the 4 and the 50, how it plays into another confirmation tool for the trade?
Oh, well, basically the moving average, what is that, the 4?
Yeah, the 4. And I know that the 4, guys, and I'll say this as Jason's doing that, if the 4 is so close to price, and the 4 really actually helps you to identify the patterns. I mean, that's exactly why you want to put the 4 in there, because if you look at the, Jason, kind of zoom the screen in a little bit and just show those view patterns. Well, the 4 allows you to actually to identify patterns, even when we're doing double tops and double bottoms, you know, the M patterns, double patterns. I mean, you can see those patterns so much easier when you have that EMA of a 4 there on the simple moving averages. And then also, if kind of zoom in a little bit so they can see where it crosses, Jason, because there is what is called the 4 and the 50 cross. And when you get the cross, you know what I'm saying, if it crosses up, basically price is going up. If it crosses down, price is going down. You see how it crossed over you see how it crossed over right there? You see what it did? It crossed. As a result of that, price went up. And if you go a little bit further to the left, you see how that 4 is still above the 50? So basically, when the 4 is above the 50, that means that the bulls are really trying to take over in the market. If they didn't have it very long, it crossed down. What happened? Price went down. So that's basically it's kind of like eye candy to kind of help you to determine what is happening as far as price action is concerned. If it crosses over, the 4 crosses over the 50, well, look what happened in this chart. The bulls are in the game, right? And so that's what the 4 and the 50 does for you.
Okay. So the EMAs, again, it's a simple moving average of a 4 and an exponential moving average of 50. Now, here's a good example right here. I'm just seeing a bunch of stuff right now, and it's like I have to teach y'all this. So check this out. A lot of people will take the teacup steps right here, right? So they'll say, oh man, I got my bullish and my bearish candle. It's a structure. I got a candle that formed lower than this one right here. It came back around. I'm gonna place my sell limit. And look what it did. It bought up. Why did it buy up? Why did it buy up? For those who were writing the notes down, and I told you and I told you about my rules. What are the rules? You buy low and you sell high. Lauren said, I don't know. You buy low and you sell high. Remember? You buy low and you sell high. Here was the high point in the market, right? This was the low point in the market. Why would you take a low teacup, right? It came back around. This was a low point in here. You buy low and you sell high. You buy low and you sell high, right? So just because you get these steps, and like I said, this is where you take the error out of everything. You did get your structure, you did get your lower low, and it came back around and you would have had a sell limit activated. Well, it bought back up. Well, this is another training I'm going to give you guys on chart patterns. But here, if it's rejecting, and you guys can see this wick and this wick and this wick right here, look, it rejected this 3 times, right? So it's letting you know I'm not feeling going down. I'm not feeling to continue to sell. I'm not feeling continue to form a lower low, right? So at that point, when you see this, you're like, I don't think I'm gonna take this trade, right? Because not only did I go high and I'm low, well, if I'm low, I'm looking for buy opportunities and not sell opportunities, right?
And also, Jason, on that price action there, on that's a reversal candle of the doji, right?
Absolutely.
And so when we do the trainings, we'll kind of help you. We got Kenny Hatton's on the training right now. He's one of our prolific price action trainers that teach on price action, because once you understand price action of the formula of doji candles, which is a reversal candle, it'll kind of help you. Like I said, again, we talked about that early on, and this is what Lisaldo said. You know, we don't want you guys to become so robotic and you're thinking that, oh, it's a teacup, I'm gonna hop in the trade. You know, you also have to use the common sense piece of it, which is what iMarkets Live helps you in terms of, you know, learning price action, learning what a reversal candle looks like on the doji, and learning what strong support is. And like Jason just showed, that touched 3 times in that area, and we got a doji saying that, oh man, is this a reversal is imminent. And as a result of that, that kept going up. And on that particular trade, if I look at it correctly, Jason, it would have stopped you out, correct?
Yep, it would have stopped you out. But why would it? That's what I was saying. Let me go back to it. Why would it stop you out? It would have stopped you out because you sold low. You didn't sell high, you sold low. And like I said, this right here lets you know, these doji candles right here, did I click that? These doji candles right here let you know that Jesus denied this 3 times, right? That lets you know. You don't want to get into the zone. It's saying, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that, right? So you going back up to the upside. Now let's go a little bit further. Now on this action here, a little bit different. You know, this is ugly, but you do have that little teacup pattern form right there. And I'm sorry I drew that ugly. You got a bullish and a bearish, right? Here, came back around. You would have set it here. It would have came up and it would have failed, right? Why? Because you sold high, right? You got an ugly double top. You got the candle I told you about earlier that shot up here and said, nope, I don't like this area right here. I'm not going to buy up there. And it sold down. You had pips, right? So let me go over the steps again. Any questions? Amon said they don't want to enter into that zone. Absolutely right. Go ahead, Dad.
No, I was going to say, and one of the trainings that we do is all about zones, what's called supply and demand, support and resistance. And once you get those fundamental things, I just want to encourage you, go to your iMarkets Live Academy and find the videos on supply and demand. Because like Lisaldo said, he said, look, there's just some basic things that's going to help you with your trading and to enter in precision entries in your trades, and knowing supply and demand, support and resistance. I mean, those are fundamental things, but if you take the time out to really learn how to do support and resistance, and Jason, if you would just for a moment, if you'll just show them the line chart. I know we did this last week to help you identify with where your support and resistance is. So if you can switch your candles to what is called lines. And if you see these little peaks in price action, because even though those are lines, that's still price action happening. But you see where the peaks are, that'll help you to identify your support and resistance zones. Right. There's a peak at the bottom down there, showing some support right there. And guys, when we say support, you think of support as the floor. The ceiling is always resistance. So whenever when price goes down and it hits a zone or the floor, and it start bouncing off that floor, that support area, that's a good area when you start looking for the opportunities for buys. And then when it goes up and it hits resistance or the ceiling, which is what basically the teacup strategy is really built off of, is resistance areas, you know, then you know that's going to be your sell. Like Jason was saying, you want to sell high and buy low. And so you can see that drop right there because it hit that zone, and that's a double top. And so anyway, we don't want to complicate the training. We're going to keep this simple. And this is probably by far one of the simplest strategies that I've taught and Jason have taught. I know there's a couple of them out there, but this by far is one of the simplest ones that I believe that we as a team can teach our customers and our teams to be consistently profitable in. And then the app itself is going to do most of the work for you. That's why it's important to have your account active, because you're going to get these setups. It's going to show you the teacups. It's going to do by and large, about 90% of the work for you. You just got to do the 10% for us, the human element side of it, to make sure that you're still getting into a good trade. Thank you, Jason.
All right. Thank you, Coach K. So I'm gonna go over the steps again, just real quick in review, right? So you got a bullish candle and a bearish candle, right? So you set your horizontal line right across this level of resistance. So looking to the left, which I always encourage everybody to do, this zone has been printed on. As you can see, you got a lot of action, but you could see that it formed a structure here. It's been wicking in this zone. It's been testing this zone every time, right? And then it doesn't print on it for a long time. I'm not going to go all the way back just for the sake of you guys' time. I want to be mindful of it. But we had a bullish and a bearish candle. We placed our horizontal line right here, right? Step number 2. The candle has to close lower, right? You got to have that lower low. And this is basically where price or a candle comes lower than this candle right here, right? Even though you had these big tests, we're looking at the body of the candle. The body of the candle ultimately closed lower than this one, right? So we're placing a sell limit here, 0.70806, right there. Step 1, step 2, it comes back around, and right here, it tested it, didn't like it, right? So this trade activates right here. But look, you only had a 8-pip drawdown here. I'm sorry, a 6-pip drawdown. A 6-pip drawdown comes back up and tests this level here, and it comes all the way back down to fall almost 40 pips, right? So step 1, you look for your bullish and your bearish candle or your structure, right? Step 2, you look for your lower low. Step 3, you place your sell limit, right? It comes back around, hits your sell limit, comes up, comes back down and falls.
And guys, look at the candles, Jason, so that on the sell limit, you did that sell limit off of that confirmation on the lower low. And then it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. Am I counting those candles right? You're still on the 1 hour. It took 11 hours before the trade activated.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Like I say, you set it and forget it. You don't have to watch your phone, because the thing is that you're going to let the market come to you. You're not chasing the market. You're just letting it come to you. It activates your trade on the sell limit, and then boom. And what is that? 1, 2, 3, 3 hours, Jason? 4 hours? You have 40 pips, I think you said?
Yep. 4 hours, you got 40 pips. You're done.
So you're done. And so 40 pips on the 1 hour is a lot more than what typically we go for. But, again, you set your goal. If your goals is 20 pips a day, 25 pips, we all have different goals. And, once you reach your goal, my advice is to get out of the market, because most people lose money because they overtrade, or the greed factor. It's like, oh man, that was good. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get some more of this, right? And you end up, getting kind of sloppy with the rules and make mistakes, or you don't pay attention to Donald J. Trump might tweet something and impact the market. Believe it or not, we joke about that, but Donald Trump tweets impacts the market. And so get your money and get out of the market and live to trade another day.
Right. And another thing that my dad said that I really want to touch on, guys, don't feel obligated to have to trade, because he just gave me a quick epiphany on this too. So it took 11 hours, basically, let's just say a full day for this trade to set up, right? So it took 11 hours for this trade to set up. And if your goal is 20 pips a day, on your second day, let's just say you looked at this Monday and this trade didn't set up to Tuesday. Well, this was a 40 pip move in 4 hours. You basically covered your Monday and your Tuesday right there. So now all you're looking for is your Wednesday and your Thursday, right? So you don't have to trade every day, guys. It's a $5.7 trillion a day market. I know we get that paradigm like where we want to chase that 5.7 trillion, but if you're playing in a $5.7 trillion a day market, I know people say 5.3, guys, it's 5.7. Don't get it twisted. Tell them Jason told you. It's $5.7 trillion a day. So playing with 5.7 trillion, you let that come to you because, man, I couldn't find a trade on Monday, but I did place that sell limit. Okay, cool. By Tuesday, this activated, and this took care of your Monday and your Tuesday in 4 hours. You see what I'm saying? So now you're looking for other possible teacups and things like that to take care of your Wednesday and your Thursday and possibly your Friday if you trade on Fridays, right? So the pips are going to come to you. Don't worry about that. Whether your goal is 50 pips a day, whether your goal is 20 pips a day, mine's only 20. I know Dr. Spiller and them sometimes do 10. They do, and they do more, right? But with a goal of 100 pips a week, for me, 20 pips a day, like I said, in 3 hours, it took care of 2 days worth of my trading. So now I'm only focused on another trade, possibly to take care of me for the week. 2 good trades to take care of my week. Y'all feel me? had to hit y'all with the slang. Y'all feel me? 2 good trades, 2 good teacups will take care of my week. Think about it. I'm 100 pips, and I'm doing a 1.0. That's $1,000 a week. If I'm doing more, I catch more pips than that. That's an extra $4 or $5 grand a month on top of my building. Now I'm making $10,000 a month. It's time to go to the Gucci store, right? Time to, it's time to take mama out to eat or whatever the case may be, guys. So $5.7 trillion a day market, do not chase that money. Trust me, it's going to put it in your face. It's going to say, hey, here's money. Come get it. I'm going to give it to you if you want it. But you got the products, guys. You got the products. You got the teacup signals. You got the gold cup. You got the push 1,000. You got wonderful leaders like Coach Brian King, Kenny Love, Miranda Roberson, Dr. Spiller. You got all of these. You got all of these connections to make sure that you're profitable, guys. So that's what the wealthy do. They use their network. Guys, use your network. Kiss it. Work smart, not hard. You don't have to chase the money. It's 5.7. Like I said, when I saw this, I told God I wasn't greedy. You give me $1,000 a day, I'm straight, right? So, I think there's a question right there. Oh, she said, show where I place the sell limit. So you're going to place the sell limit, Sylvia, right on your structure. So, here, let me find another one. Hey, Dad, give me a pair.
USD JPY.
I think I already looked at that one, but I'll pull that one back up. What time frame?
1 hour.
All right.
Only reason why I picked up was it was my first trade of the week, man. That was a beautiful trade. And
that was your first trade?
You remember we were talking about that one, Jason, USD JPY.
Yeah, I know we were talking about that one as far as, we'll do this, as far as.
That was a double top there.
Yeah, we were talking about this one as far as profit. I trade within profit. And we're like, yeah, we're going to let it ride. And then Trump got up there and acted a fool, and, we looking crazy. So secure your profits, guys.
Secure those profits. Guys, also while Jason's looking at that, at the encouragement of, our leaders, of course, Miranda Roberson and I, we talked quite a bit this week, and it's something that Dr. Spiller has been asking for forever. I was talking with Jason about this on yesterday, and, this is really the actual first training that he and I have done where we just open it up for the entire team. I will say that over the past couple of years, we have had somewhat of a private closed community, and you know, as selfish as that may sound, like I say, you know, we were in what we call a mode where we're just actually just wanting to learn the skills. And, you know, and the law of attraction has certainly been working for us. I mean, we have people within our group that are doing extremely well. We have a couple six-figure, you know, earners within trading that have drawn out. And we're not talking about demo accounts. They have withdrawn over six figures out of their brokerage accounts. And so we had all that going, right? And so we decided that we are going to be doing more trainings and open up our trainings with the blessings of Dr. Spiller. We're going to be opening up these type of Zoom trainings for the entire group. And, you know, of course, I know that if we go, I don't know that we can do it on a Spiller platform, because Spiller, I mean, he has literally thousands and thousands of people within his organization. I don't think our Zoom can handle that. But, you know, with his blessings, like I said, we'll be doing some things. And but we are, with all that being said, we're going to be doing more of these type of trainings for the entire, you know, team. You know, Justin and Miranda Robeson, you know, they're the global trading group. We're going to be doing these types of trainings. And also, you know, I know Coach Brian is on, and we've been working with him, and he has a training that, you know, I'd love for you guys to experience, called the Genesis of Money. You know, because we're making money, but we don't even know what to do with it. So we're going to be doing those kind of things, guys. We're excited about it. And I think we have about 10 more minutes slated for this particular training. But with that being said, Jason, I'll let you kind of close this out. I guess is this response? Is this USD JPY to response to a question?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna answer Sylvia's question real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna answer Sylvia's question real quick, because I want to make sure we answered every question. And I mean, guys, I don't know where everybody's located, but if Miranda can get us in Dallas and get us in Florida and get us in some of the places where you guys are at, we're gonna be in Dallas November the 2nd and November 3rd with Dr. Spiller at the La Cima or the Las Colinas?
That's the Las Colinas Country Club.
The Las Colinas Country Club. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'd love for you guys to come out. I'd love to meet y'all. We can talk about some of these things. We can work on some of these things. I just had to get trading, guys. And everybody who's connected with Miranda, y'all know, man, she called me some things. You know, she talked crazy to me. And because I really wanted to get this skill, like I didn't want to keep, building the team. So I got a little bit selfish, and now I'm unselfish. And I say this to everybody that's on this call. Once you start making this money, because I'm going to make sure all 48 of you who persevere, I'm going to make sure y'all make this money. Once y'all make this money, share it with somebody. Please share it with somebody. Annette and Tanya, Anthony, Bettina, Brenda, everybody that's on here, share this opportunity with somebody. Don't shine on your people. All right? Don't shine on your people. We need to come together as a people. That's our issue. The reason why other people are winning is because they not shining on their people. They pulling their people up, right? We got to get out of that crab in the barrel mentality and having that paradigm and say, oh, when I make $10,000, then I'll tell my cousin Jim. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Tell cousin Jim right now that the time is now. The time is now, guys, because I'm telling you, with everything that's together, it's bag season. Anybody that's following me on Facebook and that are in my groups, they know it's bag season, y'all. So I'm gonna go over these steps one more time for Sylvia. Sylvia, I promise you, I'm not gonna leave your question unanswered. My dad said we got a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna go over this real quick, right? So y'all remember with y'all steps, and I hope y'all are writing them down. And by the way, if y'all are gonna be with me, y'all are gonna be training with me, y'all are gonna take a lot of notes. So quick, so good indication right here, right? Double tops, right? We got our structure. Remember, we buy low, we sell high. One thing that would have excited me about this trade was this big wick right here, right? Jesus said, not yet, my child, right? Not yet. I don't want you to buy up there. not yet. That's why I love that right there, right? So we had this structure form. Rule number 1, you got your bullish candle and you got your bearish candle. Structure, railroad track, resistance, whatever you want to call it, people have their names for it, right? So we're placing a horizontal line right here. And for those who don't know how to get to the horizontal line, it's here. Horizontal line, right? It's the indicator or the icon right under the mouse arrow, right? You place it here. Rule number 2, we need a candle, we need a lower low. Basically what a lower low means, we need a candle to be lower than this bearish engulfing candle, right? We had that. Confirmation number 2. Where you place this horizontal line is where you're gonna place your sell limit. So Sylvia, what you were asking me basically was, how do you place the sell limit? If you drop a horizontal line right here, this is what your sell limit's gonna be, 113.317. So you're going into your MetaTrader, you're going into your whatever you're trading on, and it should be MetaTrader 4. You're placing a pending order using proper risk management. I'm throwing that out there. And you're placing a sell limit on USD JPY on 113.317. Simple and plain, right? So let me see if it'll let me delete this so we can follow here. And if not, I'll just draw another one. Cool. I need my brush. Cool. So here, we're gonna follow this. We got one confirmation, we got 2 confirmation, right? And I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that next time. All right, here, it formed our teacup. Boom. Trade activated, right? It activated here, technically. So I drew that ugly. So I'm gonna go here. Trade activated right here. Jesus said, not yet, my child. Denied this area of resistance, came down, and fell all the way here to these lows, right? So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 7 hours, you're looking at 40 pips right there. That took care of your 2 days of trading right there. So one shift, if you're not working overtime, one shift of work, right, at your job, you just did 2 days worth of work on your computer, on your cell phone in 1 day. That's it. In 7 hours, you got 40 pips. Like I said, if you're using 1.0s, you made $400 in 7 hours. You're done, right? If you're using a 10.0, then, you know, you're going to the Gucci store, right? So double tops, horizontal, you know, bullish and bearish, structure, railroad track, lower low, price forms on the low, place your sell limit at 113.317, forms this teacup, sell limit's been activated, absolutely no drawdown whatsoever, and it falls all the way to these lows. Awesome, right? Sylvia says she's got it. Cool. So, guys, in conclusion, remember the keys to good confirmation of sales. You see this right here? Well, Jesus said, not yet. You be patient, wait. Double tops, structures, lower lows, forms your U pattern or your teacup. Another good test right here. While you're selling, you're already in profit at this point. But when you see this price action move up here and test this like this, that's lovely because it's still rejecting this area. So you know if it's rejecting this area, it's going to keep falling. Right? And that's what it did. Patience pays, guys. Uh-oh. Monica said one more time, she got folks texting her.
For those people saying one more time, my question is, did y'all get on the call on time, right? That's that pastoral moment there. Hey, the thing is that we will afford, I mean, for the benefit, you know, our heart is that everybody.
Dr. Spiller talking about he was late.
Dr. Spiller. Oh, Dr. Spiller on call.
Killer.
Okay. Well, you know, for the benefit of our leader, man, it's just an honor, man. Like I said, to have Dr. Spiller on the call, man. Check that out, you know. Guys, we will, Jason, if you don't mind, we'll go over it one more time. That's not a problem. You know, hopefully, like I say again, we have a big event coming up November 2nd and 3rd. The 3rd is going to be the Universal Trade House training. And, Dr. Spiller may very well even allow Jason just a few moments to go over this again. We'll talk with him about that, but I know that it's going to be an amazing weekend. So if you anywhere within a 150, 200-mile radius, you know, fill the car up and come on down, and you can register for the Universal Trade House online. I think it's been posted for registration for the training on Saturday, and then on the Friday event that starts at 7 o'clock, and I think that's been posted. You'll see a lot of information on that in the upcoming week. And Jason, we got tickets for that event?
Yes, I got to go pick them up soon as me and you get off this call right now.
Okay. So we got that. So we got that, and so we're excited about that as well. There's also an opportunity for those in the Houston area on the 27th. There's going to be a training on the 27th. I think Miranda has already posted that in the group. So guys, I mean, participate, because the only way we're going to be able to pay this forward is by us truly learning this skill. So with that being said, we're going to allow Jason to go over this one more time. I did record this. Of course, I would not release this recording unless Justin and Miranda Roberson give us the actual green light on it. So I'll let them kind of be the one to decide how we facilitate the recording on this. So with that being said, Jason, I'll let you close us out with going over the steps again.
All right. Dr. Spiller said he saw the flyer and got excited. Oh, man. Y'all got to love that dude. Before I even go through this, I need all 48 of y'all to give love to our leader, Dr. Raphael Spiller. Let's get some fives in the chat right now for Dr. Raphael Spiller. I love that man. Mm-hmm. They even say, Mama T say we even look alike. I'm trying to figure, I got to ask my mama what she had going on.
All right, I'm starting no trouble now. Don't start no trouble. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Hey, Jason, y'all look alike. I mean, when y'all Gucci up. I mean, so I can't wait to get to the Gucci store.
Hey, they tell me I look like my leader, man. I look good, man. I'm trying to put my hair in the hair dryer and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so these steps real quick, guys, real simple steps. I'm not gonna go over the EMAs again, but the keys to this, like I said, simple steps, guys. Remember, buy low, sell high, right? Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. Always remember that. This is a high point in the market. Why is this a high point in the market, Jason? Look at your price action right there. You got your dojis testing right over here. Jesus is saying, not yet, my child, be patient, right? This is a high point in the market that is resistant. A good confirmation of a sell. Another confirmation, you had a double top right here, right? But going over our rules real quick, you're looking for a bullish candle and a bearish candle to form. People call these structures. People call these, respected levels of resistance. People call these railroad tracks, whatever you want to call them. Step number one, you're looking for a bullish and a bearish candle, right? You're going to place a horizontal line over your structure or over your resistance. Step number two, you're looking for a lower low. Dr. Raphael Spiller said, what are the EMAs? The EMAs is a simple moving average of a 4, and I think I can just type that in. A simple moving average of 4 and a exponential moving average of 50. Yeah. And guys, like I said, I use a smooth moving average for this of 4, but the rules say simple, so you can use simple. But I do ask you guys to test it out yourself. I personally like the smooth moving average because it forms chart patterns better for me to read. But simple moving average of 4, exponential moving average of 50. So step number 1, bullish candle, bearish candle, right? Horizontal line. You put a horizontal line right here. Step number 2, lower low. What is a lower low, Jason? A lower low is basically where price or a candle forms lower than the previous candle. So you had a bearish engulfing candle right here. You got an indecisive doji right here. But this candle here formed lower than this one. All right, confirmation 1, confirmation 2. So at this point, you're placing a sell limit here. Jason, how do I get my sell limit? You got your sell limit from the horizontal line that you placed. Right here, here's your price. 113.313. You place the sell limit right there. Price comes around. It hits this low point in the market, comes up. You have a bullish engulfing candle. Tests this right here. Jesus says, not yet, my child. And what does it do? Sell limits activated right here, and it falls 40 pips to a new low, right? Now, this was your entry level. Remember, we're using 30 pip stop losses. You don't have to use a 30 pip. You know, do what your mind can handle, like 20 pips, 30 pips. But I say stick to the rules. 30 pip stop loss. 30 pip stop loss. Look, we don't even go nowhere near it. That's the reason why I like this EMA right here, because it tests this EMA, right? As long as it doesn't break this EMA, we're in good shape, right? But 30 pip stop loss, we're nowhere near it. Comes here and it falls. Price tests this area again. Jesus says not yet. Comes all the way down and falls to this low. Get that wick right there. That's a good indication to get out. Like I said, Dr. Spiller gives us 10, 20 pips a day. My daily goal is 20 pips a day. That's all I do. I do 20 pips a day. I don't care if I get it from Push 1000. I don't care if I chart it on my own. 20 pips a day. Guys, you guys have the tools. You have the resources. You have so much love and network around you where you can get your 20 pips a day. That's my goal. That's it. So step 1, bullish and bearish, horizontal line, lower low. It formed this candle right here, comes and makes this U. Remember, the U's are your teacups. See if I can draw that again. The U's are your teacups. That's why they call it the teacup, because it forms this little teacup pattern, right? Right there. Sell limit activates, falls. And this is on any pair, any time frame, whatever. Like so 1 hour chart, you're looking for 25 pips. 4 hour chart, you're looking for 50 pips. Daily chart, you're looking for 75 pips. Again, 1 hour chart, you're looking for 25 pips. 4 hour chart, you're looking for 50 pips. Daily chart, you're looking for 75 pips. And you can find these, teacups all through. If you're a beginner, if you're a beginner, I recommend you keep the same pair, same strategy, same time frame. If it's not coming from Dr. Spiller himself, or me, or the Teacup app, or the Gold Rush app, don't take it. And even when the Teacup, it's a robot. I'm telling you, it's a robot. Do your due diligence, guys. If it says, hey, we got a Teacup forming on USDJPY on an hour, go through these steps and make sure you feel confident that it's doing exactly what it said it's going to do, because there's some dynamics that go into that. Any questions?
Dr. Spiller had one question. He asked, how often do the teacups form?
The teacups form, I mean, they form all throughout the day, Doc. I mean, I could just show you on USDJPY right here if we go through it.
And one of the other benefits as well, guys, we started this call out and we were just encouraging everybody, if you have not done so, we've had the conversation with our team as well as myself. You want to go ahead and activate your accounts, right? Because, there's so much value that Christopher Terry is bringing especially with this new teacup app that's going to be released in a couple of weeks. It's free for you right now, but you still have to have an active account to access, to gain access to the free teacup signals app. So a lot of these teacups with your busy lifestyles, all the stuff that people have going on, you know, you're going to get alerts, much like the swipe trades. You're going to get alerts that, hey, there's a teacup forming. And it gives you the opportunity to take a moment through your phone or your laptop or whatever and begin to look at those formations. They're going to be happening all throughout the day, various currency pairs. I am in complete agreement with Jason that if you are a brand new trader, try to stick with one currency. And I think that'll help you out tremendously.
Yeah. So I saw about 4 or 5 teacups form on this one, Sensei. So structure, low. This one came in, activated here, and then this one's falling right here currently. So I saw about 4 or 5 teacups form, but Tony says, what pair do you suggest? When people ask me this, I mean, some people just have their favorite pairs. Like me, my favorite pair is GBP JPY because I like the trend, and JPY pairs move smoother to me. Euro USD, I trade Euro USD, and I trade gold. Those are the only 3 pairs that I trade personally. And like Dr. Spillers, his is GBP AUD. Why? Because I know for sure GBP AUD, you could get 450 pips a day off GBP on GBP AUD. Every time Dr. Spiller calls that trade in the Push 1000 group, you see he's getting 180 pips. He's talking about Jesus be a pip. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, 100, it hits his take profit 3 every time, but just off GBP AUD, that pair is extremely volatile. You look to trade it around, 2:30 in the morning or later, you're going to get a lot of pips off that. But it depends, Tony, it depends on what session you can trade. It depends on a lot of things. Me, I'm a night owl. I don't like waking up early. So I'm up with Dr. Spiller and some of the rest. I'm trading the London market. I'm going to sleep about 5 or 6 in the morning, or sometimes later if I see something on gold and I'm trading that, and then I sleep, to the afternoon. But it just depends on what session you can trade.
And guys, we're going a little bit over our time, but I think it would be very befitting if, and I know that Dr. Spiller is overseas somewhere, but if he don't mind, we would love to unmute and just kind of hear from him as well as Miranda, if she would like to. But Dr. Spiller, if you don't mind, if you can just kind of maybe bless us with just a few things. We're going to unmute your line. Jason's going to unmute it. I think did you unmute him, Jason? I made you the host.
Unmuted. Dr. Spiller's unmuted.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man, this was awesome. I'm seeing that I haven't had a chance to really go through the teacup. That's why I got on. I haven't been using that, but I'm glad to see that you guys are using it and it's working for you guys. Here's a testimony from yesterday. Guy used the harmonic scanner yesterday. He made a little over $6 million, and his wife made $1.2 million just from the harmonic scanner. Jeez. And so it's not that people not making money with the products and services. Guys, $6 million in one day, and he did it on UCAD. He did it on UCAD. It's not that people not making money with trading. They are making money. And it's not that we don't have phenomenal products. We do have phenomenal products. I just don't think people have ever used the harmonic scanner appropriately. And I'm hoping that they'll start using the teacup and the Go Cup perfectly, because we're putting out good products for people to profit from. Extremely good products. And as we're putting out these products, benefit from them and learn it. $6 million I saw with my own eyes. I can't tell you who it is, but he made $6 million. His wife made $1.2 million yesterday. I mean, yesterday. I feel I was doing pretty good until I heard that. He said, let me just stop talking. Last month, I did 684,000 last month. And I put what I did in the group, 684. I withdrew like 70,000 out on it. So I was feeling pretty good till yesterday. And then when I heard this yesterday, I said to myself, man, I can go harder. I can get better. Because if he did, he's not better than me. That's the first thing I had to tell myself when I heard it. He ain't better than me. He just knows something I don't know right now, but eventually I'm going to find out what he knows. And can you imagine, Jason, Pastor K, can you imagine a $6 million day?
Woo. Yeah, I can imagine that, brother.
I can imagine.
I mean, y'all wouldn't be doing this training call. I'm serious. We can say anything we want to say. Make $6 million and see if you hear from Jason talking about, see the teacup pattern form right here and drop down right here. Jason be like, what? 6 million. I mean, just those type of things are just phenomenal. We did put this chicken strategy a lot of people are using. That's the thing that I love is that we traders are not looking to destroy another person's team, but we're working together. I think we got a good nucleus of people that are working together right now, and I think everybody's coming together with what we're doing. And I think it's just going to be fascinating from that standpoint as we begin to move forward. So with that being said, thank y'all for giving me some time. I was just looking at, when I saw the teacup, I saw Miranda's post. That Miranda is just, Miranda Roberson has to be the most hardest working person I've ever seen before in my life. Every time I'm looking at her on flyers on Facebook, I'm like, gosh, she's just really working. And I'm so proud of her. But I'll say this, when I saw her post about the teacup, I was like, oh, I've never watched one video. I don't know if that sounds bad or whatnot, but I've never watched one video about it. And so my first time hearing about it, really watching it is through Jason. And Jason, you did a fantastic job on explaining the support and resistance and showing me the teacup. I mean, you want to be honest, I've never even seen the teacup before. I was like, what was it? What is that? And so that's why I jumped on this. I'm out of the country right now, but I'll be back next week sometime. I love you guys, and thank y'all for having me on. Pastor K, love you. I look forward to seeing y'all in Dallas. I think I'm coming. I'm in Dallas, right?
Yeah, November 2nd and 3rd.
All right, November 2nd and 3rd, I'm in Dallas. November 1st is my baby girl's birthday, so she's going to hit me up talking about, I know you're not going to miss my birthday to go to Dallas. So I had to make sure I'm home on November 1st so then I can immediately leave out to Dallas on November 2nd. So I love you guys, and thank y'all for having me on. I'll let y'all go, and I appreciate everything you're doing, all of you superstars, and only place we can go from here is up. Can y'all imagine a year from now what your trading going to look like 1 year from now?
Oh, man.
If you commit to this practice, what's your trade going to look like 1 year from now? That's what I keep the focus on 1 year from now. All right, guys. God bless y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
All righty. All right. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, you know what I'm saying, to have Dr. Phil jump on and his first exposure to the teacup is through just the phenomenal work and the due diligence that Jason has done. I know you guys have already shown love, and I still see love coming in with the fires of the chat. Guys, we're going to go ahead and allow you to spend the rest of the day with your family. I know some of you said, "But family, I'm going to get on these charts. I'm going to get on this study journey." But there's more training to come, guys. Like I said, we're going to be doing some correlating pairs. And as well. And then, of course, we'll let Miranda close us out, and we're going to be done for this session. Guys, thank you for hanging in there with us. We had great participation. Like we had 44, 45 people that hung out with us for the duration of the training. And so, Jason, if you'll just unmute Miss Miranda, and we're going to be done for this morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, team. I am super pumped up right now. First of all, I want to just thank our leader, my mentor, my spiritual father, Dr. Raphael Spiller, for joining us. And y'all don't understand, it speaks volumes for him to be as transparent as he was, to say that he has not even looked at the teacup, and he's messaging me, telling me that this is an incredible tool So with that being said, that's letting you know, ladies and gentlemen, that this particular strategy, there are several strategies. There are several strategies that are out there, but one in particular, and I talked to my leaders. Literally, I had to come to Jesus with my leaders. I mean, literally, I harassed them. I demanded for them to see me in the rain. I did not stop Kenny and Jason. I made Jason drive all the way down here from Waco, Texas, but I was determined for us to sit down and to make sure that this is a proven strategy. We did not want to bring something that did not benefit you. We wanted to make sure, because we know a lot of you that are on this Zoom, most of you have not made any money. Or if you made money, you've lost money. So our assignment, number one, is to make sure that you are a profitable trader. Number two, we wanted to make sure that you were consistency in your trading. We know a lot of you are busy. You don't have time to sit there and look at no computer, your phone all day. You have jobs, you have children, you have obligations. So we wanted to make it easy, simple. You're going to put the sell limit in and go on about your day. You're going to go on about your day. So that is what's incredible with this opportunity that you're going to get with the teacup and the gold cup. Now, I've been stressing it. I've been pushing it. I've been preaching it. You're only going to be able to get this if you're active. If you don't know how to activate, get with the person that enrolled you. They'll show you how to go in your back office. You can only get the teacup and gold cup in your back office. Once you log in, you're going to put your username. You're going to put your password, then you're going to see the teacup. You're going to have an option to choose teacup, or you're going to have an option to choose gold cup. All of the teacups are there. You don't have to go look for it. All you got to do is you're going to see it. But what we're showing you is how to see it, how to detect it with your own eye. We're taking the scales off of your eyes for you to see clearly. So with that being said, I am excited. Thank you so much, Jason McGee, Kenny McGee. Oh my God, they are phenomenal leaders. Please put ones in the chat group if you enjoyed this. I need to know, do y'all want us to continue? If this was helpful, I have students all over the world. I have people that are on here from UK. I have people that are on here from Germany. So we do this because we know that we're all over the world, but we want hands-on. We want to make sure that you get it. If we have to repeat it 50 times, they're going to repeat it 50 times to make sure that you get it. So with that being said, I want to turn it back over to Kenny McGee. Jason, y'all are incredible. Thank you for just loving us enough. They're master traders, they're team builders, they're chairmen that are getting ready to explode, going to the next level. I love each of you all. Jaquan, your team, every one of my teams, Annette, Lee, I just thank you for all just staying on. I just appreciate all of you. Give them some ones, show them some love. Antonia, Tina, Brenda, Cheryl, Craig, Darlene, Denise, Ebony, awesome. Eleanor, Erica, all the Galaxy traders, Global Eagle, Apostle, Ivory Johnson, all the way from the Bahamas, James, all of you. I want to just name you all by name. Jaquan, Justin, Keisha from New Orleans. We coming, girl. We coming. Lauren, Mahogany, master trader out of Dallas, Texas. She's a single mama with a 2-year-old and 11-year-old, kicking and making over $3,000 to $5,000 a week, sitting at her desk. Y'all, this is the next year. The next 90 days is going to be different. It's going to be totally different. Sandra from North Carolina, Sylvia from Tampa, Toya from Orlando. Y'all ready? Andre from Orlando, Sandra, y'all, it's going to be different. All I want you to do is try it again. I need you to, if you're not enrolled, I need you to activate. I need you to give it one more chance. Try it again. The worst thing that you can make is hit profit. The worst thing you can do is meet your goal. We're going into 2019 on a whole nother level. So I'm ending it there. Kenny, you can take it from here. If you can let them know attentively when we're going to train again, because I know some had to work, some were not able to be on. I had them texting me. So if you can give them attentively of time frame of when we may do this again in this coming week, if there's a possibility.
Well, absolutely. We've been, myself and Jason, like I said, we're in the lab again over the weekend, and there's some other components to this particular strategy that one of our top traders, Chad, has really brought some other possibilities in terms of income potential with these particular strategies. We're going to be meeting with him, and so I would say that it would probably, with Jason being on the line, I don't want to put him on the spot, but it would probably take us about 7 to 8 days before we can do a next training, because we got another component that we want to address that Lisaldo said that everybody that's basic need to understand, and that's the component of correlating pairs, how to understand what it means when you put in a USD JPY, which is the stronger pair, which is the weaker pair, because you need to understand cross pairs or correlating pairs. So we're going to introduce that a part of our T-Cup trainings as well. So I would say probably about 7 to 8 days, Miranda, before we actually have an opportunity really to do another training.
Okay, awesome. And what I would like for you to do, ladies and gentlemen that are on this, that have stayed on, I want you to go on all the groups. I don't care what Telegram, I don't care if it's Universal Trade House, I don't care if it's Forex Trading, if it's Global Trading, Empowerment Temple. I want you to put in if this blessed you. If this
I think, did she mute herself or did her phone cut off?
Oh, maybe her phone cut off.
Her phone cut off. But
okay, I'm sorry. I was saying that I want everybody to go into your group, your prospective